Hey friends, this is Crystal, the content director and photographer over here at Crystal Clear Photography. Thanks for joining me this week. I wanted to talk to you about the top 4 behaviors of a successful Instagram account here in 2019. Most of us business owners have started to recognize that there is a huge shift and push towards more and more Instagram marketing and business accounts, and just in general, a lot of the generation is shifting over to Instagram. It's a visual platform that has been growing rapidly, and a lot of people have moved away from Facebook. So I wanted to highlight a little bit about the top 4 behaviors of a successful Instagram account from an image standpoint, so that you could kind of see maybe some of the things that you might want to change, or some things that you could consider doing to start targeting some of those successful accounts and really being able to grow your business and reach a good level of followers and being able to have a good reach and really leverage more of what your business can do on Instagram and how it can work for you. So let's dive right into those 4 behaviors. So the first behavior is using less stock photos and adding more personality, or even just customization to the stock photos if you're going to do that, because stock photos definitely have their place. So don't get me wrong there. However, for most of us who are product businesses, you guys probably have a lot more things that you need to show off than someone who is service-based. So if you're a service-based business and you're tuning in today, make sure that you're customizing your stock photos and that you're not just uploading an image that somebody else might be using across 10 or 15 other accounts, or, worst case, even more accounts that could be using that same photo. So really take an opportunity to take advantage of the white space that they might have and add a quote or some text, or maybe, just adding your logo on there in some kind of way so that it kind of brands it a little bit and makes that stock photo more customized to you and your account, and less likely that people are going to scroll past it because it's a photo they've already seen. When I'm talking about adding more personality, add some more behind the scenes, add some more pictures of yourself, blend those things throughout your account so that it isn't just a product photo or a stock photo. You actually have a little bit more sustenance to the content that you're providing. I try to use this in my own business as well. So I'm not, giving you tips and things that I don't think are important to follow. If you follow me on Instagram, for instance, I'm at Crystal Clear Photography AZ, then you probably have seen that I do the same thing. I get on there and I show my face from time to time. It's not my favorite thing to do, but it just gives you an opportunity to see me and relate to me and just know that, hey, this is my business and this is the person that I'm following. So when I see all these other photos and things that I have to offer, you are able to relate to it. So make sure that you're doing the same thing in your business to your audience also. So the second tip that I have, or the second behavior for the successful Instagram accounts that are out there, is that nothing is completely random. I'll say that again. Nothing is completely random. Strategy to what you do is key. And I'm sure you probably hear this a lot. I mean, there's a lot of, big named accounts and big named marketing specialists and people who are out there who preach the same thing. But it really is true. Like, I have, a set of key things that are important to my brand. It's always got to be light and bright. It's always got to be personable. And it's always got to show off a little bit of what I do without it all being about my client's work, because I create for other people to use, not for me to use. So, there's always a strategy to everything that you're doing when you're going through and you're launching something. You don't want to launch to a cold audience. You want people to be able to know you, know what you have to offer, know that the value that you bring, so that when you do have things to offer, it comes more organically and authentically. So really make sure that there is a strategy to what you're doing and what you're posting and what you're talking about, and that you're not just kind of throwing mud against the wall to kind of see what sticks. Once you start changing your mindset on that and really recognizing that you could talk about different pain points, or how your product might be an advantage to someone who has a skin issue, or how it is, with vegan products for those who have a lot of allergies, or that it's dye free, or, just different things like that that are important to your consumer or your customer base, really will help them see the value that your product offers or the value that your service offers, and really helps tie things back. So again, don't post something that's completely random. Definitely have a strategy to what you're doing. My third behavior that I wanted to mention to you today is warming up your audience by showing up and engaging. You can't just post something and expect to be like the beautiful Jasmine Star and all of a sudden end up with like 1,000 likes on your post in a couple of hours. It just doesn't work that way. If you notice that like even she will go on there and engage, or I'm sure some people are from her team, will go on there and engage their audience. So when people are commenting or posting or, sharing it, and just showing up in your feed, showing up in your Instagram stories. If you're a little bit shy, it's okay. Post some graphics through your stories until you get a little bit more comfortable with popping on there and talking to people about a special that you have coming up instead of just posting about it. Not everyone's 100% diligent and perfect. I'm not either. Sometimes there are weeks where I have not actually shown my face, and I'm trying to get better at that myself. But, definitely make sure that you're warming up your audience. You are actually showing up and engaging with the people. Even if you've only got 300 followers, those 300 followers could be super engaged with what you have to offer. And eventually all the hard work you're putting in is going to start to come out. Make sure that you're using, the hashtags and things like that too. So the fourth and final behavior of a successful Instagram account is consistency. And that's consistency through everything that they're touching. So consistency through their color palette, through their feed. So even though it may not be a perfectly curated feed with everything, tiled out specifically, to look very engaging from a, aesthetic standpoint, there is consistency through the color palette. Even myself, I did, some of those pretty really, thought out Instagram grids for a while there at one point in my business. And then lately it's just been kind of like, I'm just going to provide you guys with lots of good content. And then I've had a lot of things I've been wanting to show off from client projects too. So I've started mixing things up a bit, but I try to keep an overall consistency in the types of colors that I use. I still keep my nice light, bright look, and I try to make sure that there's some white space in there too. So making sure that you have some consistency throughout your color palette will help so that no matter what you're posting, it all kind of still has a good cohesive look. So there's also consistency in their voice. There's also consistency in the type of photos they use. So it could even just be categorized around the fact that you post a headshot or a fun photo of yourself. And then maybe the next time it is a product photo. And then maybe the time after that it's, a quote card from one of your favorite quotes. And then maybe the time after that it's something else. So it doesn't necessarily mean that the image itself has to be the focal point so much as it could just be the subject of the photo that's the focal point. So maybe you want to post a photo about your dog because he's super cute and he's like your little mascot. Things like that you can do. So creating some type of consistency in the type of photos you use. You can also create consistency throughout your stories, and then creating that all the way through so that people start to know what to generally expect from you and your business and or your product. So those are my 4 top behaviors for you that Instagram accounts that are very successful have and have been showing a lot of here in 2019. So if you got some questions, if you're like, hey, you know what, I want to elaborate a little bit more on something, feel free to leave me a comment. I'm always an open book. I'm happy to help. If you're still striving to try to improve your photos yourself, because I know some of us are still in that do-it-yourself mode, don't forget to check out the Flatly Method e-course. We've got over 3,000 people who have enrolled in the course, and we're just getting so many great reviews about it. But it teaches you my full method from start to finish on how to get in there and set up your photos, how to plan your props, how to plan your backdrops, all the way to camera basics. I mean, sometimes you just need a refresher on some things that you should probably know that will help you improve your images. So make sure to head over and check out the Flatly Method course, or leave me a comment below if you have some questions or something that maybe I could answer for you. I am happy to help. And until next week, I hope you guys have a great time and start improving that Instagram account, girlfriend.